Thank you. I was ill for quite a while, but
Okay.
lovely seeing you.
Yeah, lovely seeing you after a long time. Like I used to see Facebook for every post you are sharing everyone, you're including everyone. That's really fantastic.
Yeah, I have solutions that my friends a long time ago wanted me to create a weekly program on YouTube. So with experts in different fields, health, wealth, all that kind of stuff. So I'm opening it for anybody on the group to use. You can just go on even without telling me. I'm the only admin person there. So I use it just to promote us all as a group.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's very very great. What do you say? Very kindness for you. Like it's really very kind. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And
I've been wanting to open a branch for the programs here in Egypt in both Arabic and English. That would open up for the whole Arab world. I saw briefly an Arabic thing that was, I think, done in the Dubai, but they're using classical Arabic, and the Egyptian dialect is the much easier one for people to know throughout the Arab world. The Egyptian, not any other dialect, because we have a big movie industry. That everybody likes. So I have a lot of ideas for and to go in with universities, use it as a graduation course, things like that. I have a lot of connections.
wow.
So it's just like Arfin used it now to create it for Indian, thing, which is great.
Yeah, he started for Indian people Hindi program also, like it's very
Yeah.
powerful because now it's benefiting lots of Indian people because lots of Indian in India, lots of people doesn't understand English also.
Exactly. The same in Egypt. And I was saying also the two problems, the language and the price is very high for Egyptian standards. So we're talking to at what race we are in the English, at around 5 to 10% of our population, which is around 130 million.
Wow, whatever.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You guys are much more. You guys are much more.
Yeah, India is like quite like second number out in the world in the highest population. First is China, of course, definitely. Hi,
Yeah.
Rochelle.
Hi, Rochelle.
You're on mute, Rochelle. Unmute yourself.
Good morning.
Good morning, Rochelle.
Good morning. It's good afternoon at your place, Sachin. Huh?
Yeah, it's a good afternoon here. For Rochelle,
Almost
it's
good
very
evening there.
For Rochelle, it's very early morning. I think it's 6 a.m., right?
No, we're getting a little better since we moved the clocks. It's 7:30, so it's a bit of a treat. It's definitely
Great.
a bit of a treat. And even this, I mean, it's up early
Oh my
because I have to
God.
go.
Galal is here after a long time.
Hi, Lucky.
Kumara Galal.
Okay.
So
Such
we
a
were
long
just
time.
talking about Galal was saying that about the program that he Arfin is going to launch in Arabic also, right?
I want to. I've been trying all the time, and that would get us a very big market for not only in Egypt but throughout the Arab world. Yeah, the Middle East.
Yeah. Great to hear. Get to see you, Galal, here. So we are already running mastermind for clients also. Like in India, we have whatever clients we having it. So we are running this mastermind call every Saturday for the client to help them to achieve their high state of mind. As we are here only for all this kind of system we are doing here to achieve. And here, of course, we have amazing Rochelle here, Raki, you guys. So you can guys support them to help them out. So it's a very much, I will say that I'm very glad that you are coming on this mastermind, supporting all of us. It's lots of learning from you guys also. So that's why we be benefiting from each other today. So that's a great. And one more thing, Galal has started something. Galal, you can share your what you are promoting right now, how you helping. So you can let us, Rochelle also know, Raki about know that what you're doing right now on Facebook also.
Sure. I have a group on my Facebook is I have the maximum, so I have another group called Solutions Just for You. and the word is solutions. But I did a logo for it, capital YOU in the middle. And my friends have been telling me for many, many years to start a program with experts in different fields on a weekly basis, whether it's health, wealth, for entrepreneurship, communication, public speaking, all that. So I've started it, and it's open to anybody. I'm using it to help people who are into coaching. So you can even just log in and put your stuff. You don't need to take my permission. It's just solutions just for you in the Facebook groups. So
Galal, you can share the link of the group. It would be easy.
I just found it and I just put it in.
Yeah.
oh, great! Just join, and
No, it's a different one. Hold on.
It's a nice
I will
idea.
welcome. Yeah,
nice
it's
idea.
great because I've been promoting people who are trying to get clients, and also now I'm concentrating on Book to a Fortune. It's been there. I've joined since 2 years, and I haven't done anything because I was overloaded. So I'm giving full time to Book to a Fortune, but it's
No,
there
it's funny, I can't find it, Galal. What is it? Solutions just for you?
solution. Yeah, I
I don't
don't
see
know.
it because I'm looking it up. It says IT solutions just for you. That's not you.
No. On Facebook, did you Facebook groups? Facebook
I'm in
groups.
I am, I'm looking. Let me look some
Facebook.
more. Hold on.
If you could share
Facebook.
link, it would be easy for us.
How do I do that? I don't know. I can go down on it and then do
Any-
what?
I don't see it because I see, when I'm looking at groups, solutions just for you, what comes up is IT solutions just for you. That's all.
Any
don't know
post
if-
you have shared there, so just
Can you
share
see
it.
this?
It will come.
Yes, we can see it. Yes, got it. You can also
Sachin, you're in with us on that, right, Sachin?
Yeah, I'm in.
How do I get, if I say invite, I don't have your, how to invite you. If I have,
Solutions, I don't see it. Solutions
Okay.
just for you?
There will be option
Yeah,
where
did you
you can
see?
copy the link and you can share in the group so people can automatically start joining. I will show you later.
Let
After
me,
this.
okay, why don't you give me your WhatsApp number?
Sure,
I
sir.
have, and then I can, what, sorry?
Yeah, I'm putting here on the chat. You can take my number.
No,
can-
you're with us already, Sachin, on that, right?
Yeah.
You're already there.
Yeah, I'm
It's
also,
for anybody who is not.
yeah.
Then how do I share the link? I don't know where it says.
No problem, Galal. We'll help you out. So we'll figure it out later. Right now, just focus on this call. Let's
Yeah,
see
yes.
that's what we can do here on the call. Hi, Vinay. Hi, Vinay Verma. Shabbir bhai, hi. After a long time. Kaise
Yes.
ho? How are you?
Was fine.
Hey,
The Ramzans were on,
Mubarak.
so I was very busy.
Yeah, great.
Just
to see
How are
today
you
is
all
Eid.
doing?
So Eid Mubarak.
Eid
Thank you,
Mubarak.
thank you so much.
Shabir bhai.
Thank you.
How
Hi.
are you celebrating your Eid?
Yes, yesterday was our main Eid. Today, but 2-3
yeah.
days, it's a Eid day only for us. Hi, Galal. How are you doing?
Hi.
I was
Okay,
there
okay.
in Cairo. I was there in Cairo last month. I spoke to your wife, but I
Oh.
think
What?
you are not well, and it said
Oh,
hearing
yes,
was
I
a little
had
problem.
operations, yeah.
Yes. I was
Yeah,
there
but
about
next
an
time,
hour from your place.
next time, to give me a heads up, tell me beforehand, and I promise to serve you breakfast in bed.
No. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Then I remembered you at the pyramids and the Sphinx also. And I came after 53 years. After 53 years, I visited the Sphinx.
Wow.
Rochelle, how are you doing?
By the way, Galal, I just found it.
Great. So now you can post on it anything to do with the coaching, helping people. It's open for anybody to post. I don't need to
Even sometimes
do it.
coaches need support. Coach cannot be expert in every area.
Sorry?
Yeah,
I'm saying that
Rakesh
even
said
we can ask questions too, because we are coaches. It doesn't mean that we
we are expert in every area. Even coaches need support. That's what I wanted.
Okay, yeah,
When coaches
sure.
are humans, are like we are not also robot, like we don't require help. So everyone wants help, everyone want to support here. So if every human being requires support here. And that is why we are here to support each other, grow each other in life, like how we get stuck. Because life is something like not going to be like straight line. If straight line is that of course you're dead. You're not like feeling. Of course, it's going to be go down, again up, down, up. So when you're going down, you of course require support. That people should pick you up. That is why we are here in on this mastermind, because we know sometimes it will be very tough where we don't know what to do with life, and that time we can able to understand how people supports us, who are the true peoples in our life. That is the power of mastermind. And like Galal is a fantastic person. We know that he's always helping people. He's from Egypt right now, and still he's helping out so powerfully. Like I have joined his group. He's helping people to understand that what I am doing, how can I impact their lives. So that is very kindness for Galal. So I would like to just clap for Galal that he's doing a fantastic job. So
Thank you.
put a round of applause for Galal. Thank
I
you.
see
you.
my young 80s in Galal's eyes.
Yeah.
How I would look in my 80s.
Well,
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We are glad to have you, Galal, also. Galal, Rochelle, Sabir
thank
Bhai.
you.
So amazing people we having in mastermind. Like Sabir Bhai is always ready. Whenever I feel like very low, Sabir Bhai, what happened? Just come up. Like he's always an inspiration for me. Always he give me a call. So that's a very kindness for Sabir Bhai, Rochelle, everyone. That's really amazing thing.
Thank
So
you.
let's start our mastermind with something like what we can just try to do something better in our life, what we can do it. So everyone just share that how we can support each other, or we just see that how we can grow each other in a community. So everyone can share that what we can contribute to each other. So are you everyone in for that? How we can grow?
Yeah.
One for the people who are incredible, you who are coaches, everyone requires support. So let's talk about what's contribution you can do in your life to help people. Okay. So Galal is already doing it. But Galal, can you share your picture that what is in your mind? What kind of contribution you want to do with your society, with your community? So what is in your mind?
Okay, I've been trying for a long time. I have been speaking in conference about a book that I haven't written for over maybe 40, 50 years called The Story of My Wife. And that's because I owe her my life. She married me when I was kicked out of 2 universities, 4 years geochemistry. Do you have time for me to talk?
Yeah,
No.
sure.
Okay, 4 years geochemistry, 4 years economics, political science. And to go back, I'm going to be 80 years old in August, but my brain is stopped at 18. And when I went to school here in Egypt, it was during the British when they were occupying here. And I went to an English school, and at the time, all I was interested in was sports and girls, and not necessarily in that order. So we used to have houses with colored ties and sister houses. Raleigh, Grenville, Frobisher, Drake, and York, Kent, Gloucester, Leicester. And when our sister house was running or playing sports, we'd go and clap for them. And when we did, they clap for me. So I discovered to attract girls, I had to be good at sports. I had sports day was on 2 days. I had most of the track and field records, and I would win the race. Running 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters, 800 meters, 1,500 meters. I won the long jump. I didn't break the record. They said I couldn't do it. I jumped and I did it unofficially, and 11 girls were screaming, and they were madly in love with me, and I was madly in love with them. I won the javelin. I won on the 3rd day cross country, 5 kilometers. I won the tennis tournament. I won the squash tournament. I discovered to attract more girls, I had to tell jokes. And my mother's jokes were very naughty. Am I allowed to say some of them? Anyway, boys were in science and girls were in arts. If a boy went into arts, they'd look at him as not really very macho. I won Egypt's championship in the 100 and 200. We could go into any university without grades. So at the time it was medicine and engineering. Engineering, I was weak in maths. Medicine, I was afraid of blood. I got 84% in chemistry. They said, Galal, go and do geochemistry in the Faculty of Science. Before going to university, we had 3 months holiday. They got me a trainer from America, Bill Hike. He used to tie a rope around, to go so that I go into the Olympics. He'd tie a rope around my waist and tie it to a car tire and let me drag it around the track in the club. He'd put me in the gymnasium and do power training. And then he'd tell me, you can always do one more. I started telling jokes and putting on a British accent. They said, Galal, come and work at the radio. Told more jokes to attract more girls. They said, Galal, come and work at the Gazette. So I started working at the radio and the Gazette, and then got into the Faculty of Science, and they were talking to me in Arabic. And my Arabic.
We're losing your audio, Galal.
Why is it that's losing it?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Now we can.
And the Faculty of Science, they were talking to me in Arabic, and my Arabic was very weak because during the time of the British, we would get a beating on our bottoms with a gym shoe if we spoke Arabic in the Arabic class. So to go back, I was 8 years old, and my mother got me an Arabic tutor. And the tutor told me that only Muslim children were going to go and play in heaven. So I went crying to my mother. She said, why are you crying, Galal? I said, because Saeed, my best friend and neighbor, is not going to come and play with me in heaven. She said, why? I said, because the teacher told me that only Muslim children were going to go and play in heaven. She said, no, whether you're a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew or of any faith, as long as you and Saeed drink your milk before going to bed and you don't lie, you and Saeed are going to go and play in heaven. And Saeed's in Canada, and we agreed we're going to go and play in heaven. Anyway, I spent 4 years, reached second year, Faculty of Science, between flirting and running and doing the radio and the Gazette. I told my parents I don't want, went into the American University, economics, political science. I spent another 4 years. I reached senior year. The second year, a bombshell came to the university. All the boys and the teachers were running after her. At the time, we didn't have social media, and the 3 fastest ways of spreading news were telephone, telegram, and telegirl. So I went to her best friend. I said, I'm madly in love with your friend, but please don't tell her. Anyway, and then I pretended not to see her until she came and said, Galal, and she became my girlfriend. Anyway, between all that, I had over 9 absences in my courses. By the way, this is part of telling people about journey from failure to success, as well as relationships, as well as, I'll tell you a lot of other things. So she told me, withdraw your papers and go in the next semester. I went to the dean. I wanted to withdraw my paper. Why? I have over 9 absences. She said, don't withdraw and we won't count your absence. My problem, the man who was giving me economics was Dutch, was in love with my girlfriend. And his best friend was giving me political science. He was Indian. And the son of the dean was in love with her. Between the 3 of them, I got a letter saying I was no longer at the American University. I had to do my military service. I used to play bridge with an officer in the Air Force. And anyway, he said, I'll get you a job, you'll become a soldier there. Then I made friends with the dentist there in the clinic. He said, Galal, come and work with me as a dental assistant. You will wash the floor and so on, but there's another guy, then you can give each other holidays. I got married, I was taking 6 Egyptian pounds. That's maybe less than $50 a month. And she married me against her father's will. And he disowned her. So to cut a long story short, she was telling the head of the Gazette, he said, Galal's English is good. Why doesn't he do English literature? Got into English literature as an external student, did another 4 years. And in the final year, they asked us to write an essay. I wrote a full play on Shakespeare, a dream on Shakespeare. A visiting professor from America was giving us the course for a year. He said, Galal, come and teach at our university and do your PhD. I went, they don't know English in America. I went and spent 2 years. I got highest honors and did a master's in English literature with a minor in theater arts. I was going to continue. My mother passed away. I had to come back to Egypt. A guy who was starting an advertising agency who became very, very famous. Now he has a channel, television channel. I said, Galal, come and work with me. I said, what do you want me to do? He said, you'll be a creative director. I said, what does that mean? He said, I want you to give me funny ideas to turn into television commercials. Anyway, I got into it. Every time he would save money, he'd put me as a star in the commercial. They call me Mr. Spicy in the Gulf. I like it spicy. It's very nicey with a little ricey. Tikka 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 boom. They call me Mr. Spicy in chicken tikka and other things, Schweppes. And I won a lot of awards, in a Lifetime Achievement Award from the International Advertising Association. And they made me accreditation officer for the highest diploma in the Middle East. And no university could do it. And in my acceptance speech, I thanked everybody for my IAA award that had a thing to do with where I got, you know, my mother and so on. And I finally finished by using the words, and last but not least, my wife's name is Fadia. Fadia, I am because of you. And since then, since half a dollar a month, my hourly rate is $500 an hour. And I accept rupees, my friend. I won many, many awards in public speaking in the last 2 years, 52 awards in impromptu speaking without preparing the speech. Anyway, we have a lot of money in the bank. We used to get 20% interest. It went down to 11%. Other things went up. I have lots of properties. I used to pay $2,000 property tax and maintenance. It became $55,000 in the house I'm living in. Another one, $40,000. A third one on the Mediterranean, another $40,000. So 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, I said, well, I'd better look for a job. And I heard about someone called Arfin Khan, who had something called Coach to a Fortune, where I could spend 24 hours in 1 week and make over $30,000. I said, wow, I'm going to join this thing. And I discovered, after winning all these awards, that I had no idea about who I was. I had no idea that something called helper. I'm a helper, and my wife is a reformer. And how to, I didn't know the Swede.
We
Galal,
lost your
lost
audio.
voice. Yeah, we lost your voice. Galal.
Okay,
Yeah,
can you
now
hear
it's
me
fine.
now?
Yeah, yes.
I
Yes, of
didn't know
course.
about N codes and E codes. Well, I did a song for Arfin with my daughter sings in 16 languages, and they call her the voice of love and peace and the human trumpet. She does the trumpet sound with her mouth. And the other daughter won Best Teacher Award from the Prime Minister of Canada. Now, all this is because of my wife, who raised me and my 2 daughters. So a part of what I'm going to be doing, women's empowerment is another part of my stuff. I am a Sherry Blair Foundation mentor for entrepreneur women. I help 2 in India and 2 in Africa. I'm also with the Tony Aliumiliu Foundation, who's got $100 million for entrepreneurs in Africa. So I've done that. I worked as a professor of practice at the American university that I was kicked out of. I gave them the right to accredit, to get accredited. And they asked me to teach there as a professor of practice. And I even paid $3,000 for them to get the accredited. And so I have a lot of different things, and I'm creative that I don't focus. And I haven't been writing because I am a perfectionist, and as Churchill said, perfection spells paralysis. I can go on I speak for 4 days, guys, on effective communication and creativity. I did a workshop for the Secret Millionaire, or the Millionaire X, on effective communication, the rules and how I broke the rules. I convinced my client I would do an ad that would not show his product, that would not mention the name of his product, and that would encourage consumers to go and buy competitive products. My client said, Galal, you're joking. I said, Adil, I'm going to do this ad at my own expense. I will pre-test it. And if it works, you have to pay me. You have to go down with it. We went down with the ad. He called me 2 months later, said, Galal, stop it. I said, why? He said, I've sold everything. So I can give workshops, if you like, on Zoom on effective communication. It's called integrated marketing communications, using all the tools and disciplines of advertising, public relations, direct mail, social media, anything. And tell me quick and tell me true, or else, my friend, the hell with you. WWIFM, it's not a radio channel, it's what's in it for me. So if I say, Rochelle, how you can become the greatest coach on earth, I've called you by your name, I told you something that's might interest you, and then, you know, sorry, I can go on. I'll do a thing. I think I did something for you, Rocky, right? You have an organization
Yeah.
with 40,000 students, I think.
No, but we had come live, I think, before 1-2 years.
Okay. So shall I tell you why the joke that got me a job at the radio?
Yeah.
Okay. Lord Ashley goes home one night to find his wife, Lady Billy, in bed with his best friend, Shabir. He says, Lady Billy, I'm astonished. After all I've done for you here, I brought you out from the gutters, given you a fine home, fine clothing. And as for you, Shabir, the least you could do is stop while I'm talking. That got me a job. I didn't use Shabir, of course, but Ashley, it was Ashley. Okay.
Super awesome.
And then I used to turn all the songs, the famous songs, into naughty songs. Like, what? I could have danced all night. Would you like to hear some of that? I could have fucked all night. I could have fucked all night and still have fucked some more. I could have spread my freak, have fucked 1,000 chicks.
Hello,
I've
let's not go so off color,
Stop it.
please.
Okay, well, hello, Rochelle. This is Lois. Rochelle, it's so nice to have you back where you belong. You're looking swelled, Rochelle, I can tell. Rochelle, you've been naughty, you've been screwing through the night. I see those bricks standing and those balls swaying to one of our oldest fucking songs from way back when. So come on, fellas, give her a big, big prick, fellas. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Enough, but seriously,
Michelle,
Galal, please. I
Michelle
don't
is
want to get
coming.
offended, but it's not for my morning coffee. So let's,
Okay.
Michelle is coming to New York next month. Don't worry.
so.
I'm sorry.
It was really very great, Navagakala. It was really great hearing you singing, and of course, it's really very empowering. So great
God.
listening to you. Of course, every time it's very great to have you on the call, Galal. So
Thank
that's
you.
great. Yeah, who else want to share about their journey about contribution, what they want to make a contribution to the world? So who's next? Who want to share? Quickly. Shabir bhai, what is your vision of contribution? Why you become a coach, or what do you want to do for the people?
Hello.
Yeah, Shabir.
No, I'm actually freeze. My video is freeze, so I'm not able to.
Yeah, you can. We can hear you. We cannot see you, but we can hear you.
Okay. I will just make it a little short. I think the contribution is, I'll come directly on that. The contribution today I will make to the world and my community and our community also, because I'm doing now research on especially back pain by Dr. John Isano. I've been studying that for many, many years now. And especially because I was in the health field, bodybuilder is a passion. So I picked up this and mind and body, how it works. and how you can connect your mind with the body to heal yourself. That is what I am working on, and lots of case studies and research paper I'm going through. And this guy, Mr. Sano, he died at the age of 92. He was a medical head in university in the US. And lots of people were benefited who were having back pains for 25, 30 years also. When they contacted this guy somehow with friends and references, they became all right. And many people who suggested the operations also, like surgeons and all. But Dr. Sano's study is very different. He just says, if you understand why this pain is there, when you educate people, they become all right. You know, the mind is that way. And actually, whenever I hope you people are listening, hearing me.
Yes,
Because-
yes, yes.
Okay. The best part, what happens is, and you know, I've been telling this for many people, and many people have been getting the benefit out of it, especially in the health field. So now I've focused on health, fitness, life coach. That's what I'm more focusing on. And the main part is, I'll just tell you in a gist, I think it will help you people. Our brain actually is helping us in diverting the pain into the back pain, you know, the tension, the stresses and all. This is all is because of suppressed emotions from our childhood and the anger. So that is the way it is working. So you know how you go about it. You understand it's the brain doing this pain. So it diverts our mind to the pain, and that otherwise what happens if it doesn't divert, your anger will burst. You know, so you just go on that focusing on the pain rather than your rather than this thing. 1 minute. There was a phone call coming. Hello. Yes. Hello. Haji boliye.
Okay, that was great hearing you, Shabir bhai. Yeah, who's want to next share? Rakhi?
Yeah. I like to message when I talk people, when I see myself also. So my intention to connect with people is to live the life with originality, with true honesty, that what they are going through. If something is good, just talk about it. Anyhow, nobody is going to do anything with your life. So accept your present emotion, dream your future, and visualize your ultra future that you want to see. Like I'm visualizing my ultra future in Galal's eyes. That's how I want to look. That's how I want to do. That's how I want to create my own environment in that way. And always talk about something that you truly want to do, achieve, or live with passion, excitement, and do whatever you want to do. Just don't sleep with the emotion that, oh, I'm into guilt, I wish I could have that, I wish no, those negative feelings. So live with joy, passion, excitement, energy, dance, laugh, do everything what your heart says to you without any guilt. So this is what I often talk to people. I let people think that you are a monkey, or you talk, you came from another planet, or you don't live in the practical world, or you are living in Hava. Say in India, people say Habe Munda. So those kind of knowledge. So let it be whatever people are saying, but you follow what your heart says. You follow how your environment look like before your eyes. Just live that and make it happen, and let people see that what you was thinking, it is happening around you, and they might also see that, okay, these kind of world also exist in India or wherever they are.
Oh, wow, that was great sharing, Rakhi. It was great. Amazing. Yeah, Roshan, you want to share something?
I don't know. No, I'm gonna listen for a while. We'll see what comes up.
Okay, no problem. So who else? Like Vinusha, are you there? Prakash, would you like to share?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just traveling. I'll reach in 10 minutes. Can I share after 10 minutes?
Okay,
I'm
no.
traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vinay, would you
Yeah.
like to add? Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to add up to what Rakia said, that she said that dreams would come true only when you wish for it and when you work for it. So as today is the occasion of the Eid, what is that we can think about, and what are the things, what are the characteristics, what is the significance of this day with which we can use in our own personal growth. If we have to look at from this perspective, how this Eid could be helping us towards your personal growth. It's a question for each and every one of you on the session to introspect and give a statement in 30 seconds.
Yeah, like when any festival comes, I don't feel like to wish happy Holi, happy Diwali. But I don't know, whenever Eid comes, my heart says that just go and wish people. I don't go personal on personal window.
What I'm asking is, I'm not asking how do you feel. I'm asking what is the essence of this day for you?
What's
Togetherness.
the holiday, Vinay? I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, for example, if you see, now it is an Eid. As per my understanding, Eid as a festival where you think about the day where you pray and you think about yourself, you think about the contribution, you think about adding the value to the other people's life, you think about taking care of the family, you think about what you can do a bit more than what you have been doing all throughout the year. So you think about, you be part of that days where you are fasting for almost a month. So these are the few qualities on the Eid, festival of Eid, before the festival of Eid for the Muslims. So what you think is the essence of the festival in your perspective?
Happiness and togetherness.
Okay, let's start with Galal or Shabir. Maybe they can answer better.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I hate birthdays with the social media and everybody saying happy birthday, Galala, and I have to smile and they have to get the cake, and I'm doing that naturally. I don't like to act, and so I never tell anybody happy birthday, and I don't like people telling me. Now with the Eid thing, my mother told me things that I do every day. Every day I thank God that I am where I am, and so I don't need to wait for an Eid or things like that. So I have my own thing, you know. As long as I drink milk and don't lie, Saeed and I and Rochelle will all go and play in heaven. You know, so I don't need to. I'm happy every day. I'm blessed. I thank God. Wow, you know. And every day is lifelong learning. As I tell you, at the age of 77, I didn't know all this. So it's, but I have 3 missions in life: women's empowerment, because I owe my life to my mother and my wife, and women. I did the gender equity seal in Jordan under the auspices of the King of Jordan for 9 corporations. And youth is the next thing, because youth are the future. So I don't know if
what I was asking is, what is the essence of Eid for you in your life? If you have to precisely put in a statement, what does it mean for you?
Eid, I'm not into that. Every day is Eid for me. I am against certain things that I learned when I was teaching in America. Half the class were Chippewa Native Americans. They weren't doing as well as the rest of the class. I tried to teach them differently. It didn't work out. I went to the head of the program, who was also Chippewa, and I told him. He said, Galal, you're mistaken. In America, they get us to go to university for free. They fill in our forms, and what you don't use, you lose. So sometimes you have to be cruel only to be kind. And I didn't realize this except later, that it was Hamlet who said it to his mother, who married his father's murderer. And here in Egypt, we give, during Eid, we give food for free, and we give to beggars. So I attended a World Summit on Corporate Social Responsibility, and I started a World Summit here in Egypt. And it's better to teach someone how to earn their living than to give them something for free. And so I have a whole presentation on CSR, and that is the solution for countries that are just giving things like that. Okay.
Thank you so much, Galal, for sharing your inputs on that aspect, on that take. So Rochelle wants to say, add on to the point. Yeah.
I could just say if, because as I said, it's not a holiday that's big in New York. So what I was thinking, I think it's always great if we have a holiday or whatever that suggests that we reflect. Because I think that we're very busy on a day-to-day. We have our routines, our what we need to get through. I mean, everybody has a to-do list that looks like who the heck knows. It's, pretty intense. So I think what I love about most holidays is it gives us the time to pause and to reflect and to see, where do I need to devote more of my energy? What do I want to bring? Do I want to be kinder? Do I want to be kinder to myself, kinder to the people around me? How can I do it? I think any cultural event, celebration, holiday that allows everybody to just pause for a minute, reflect, gather, have a reason for people to get together to enjoy each other's company. We all say we'll get together, and very rarely do people do it. But when there's a holiday, we do, because it sort of clears the calendar for everybody. So I happen to like celebrations. I don't particularly connect very well with religious ones, but I like the idea that it allows us to pause. I think celebrating is great, especially since COVID, where everybody was so isolated. The ideas of getting together with family, especially people that you may not live close to, that you don't see them as often, we need to make it a focus. And I think celebrations and holidays give us that reason to make it a focus and a priority. So I happen to like it. And I think reflecting is important. And I think pausing your day-to-day is important. And I enjoy doing it at certain times. The biggest time that everybody does it is when they say, what's your New Year's resolution? It's the idea that on the new year, you're reflecting what did you do throughout the year and where do you want to, what joy do you want to bring into the new year? And we can do this several times throughout the year, is to pause, reframe, and decide, what do we want to do next? So I think, all holidays that'll give us that reflection. And again, when you're fasting or whatever, the idea is also, what are we releasing? What's no longer working? What do we want to, give up because it's not working? What's toxic? And sometimes if you want to bring in something new, you have to release the old. So I think things that bring that theme into our lives is pretty good.
Well, as you rightly said, you have mentioned about so many things in one shot in a one single way. One is the contribution, social connections, spirituality, reflecting on the self and the moment and the days where you are so busy with your hectic works. Fourth is reflecting on your health and this times of Eid where you are fasting for your health and looking towards it. And you're reflecting on so many other aspects. Thank you so much, Rochelle, for sharing.
I want to just add one more. There's a very big marketing individual in the States called Gary Vaynerchuk, or Gary V, he's called. And he's a huge influence in business. And one of the things that I love that he's saying over and over again, and he's focusing it to business, but I think we could focus it in everywhere. He says, we've got to be kinder. It's great to be kind. Where can we be kinder? How much kindness can we offer in our course of our day? And I love that. Where can I sprinkle more kindness? Because that's not something that most of us think about. What do we need to do to be kind today? What do I need to say today that can make a difference to somebody, that can uplift them? What example of gratitude can I show? So I just think that taking on, for me, the idea of kindness, how do I bring it into my business? How do I bring it into my friendships, my family? I think it's a great theme. It's a great mantra.
Oh, thank you, Rochelle.
And connecting that, as you already said about the Gary Vee, in the world of animalistic mind, very rapidly progressing, where what is it for me? The kindness is one thing which you can make you think from the perspective or reflect on a thought, or what is it for me to contribute from that space, you can do more and more and more. Thank you for showing that possibility, Rochelle.
May I? May I?
Yes, Shabir, can you please come onto the camera and share your thoughts on
Sorry
it?
that my camera is freeze. I don't know. Anyway, Rochelle, thank you so
Yeah.
much. What you said about the kindness, it reminds me that, it's the state you are in always. So it focuses the state, whether I'm in average state or a good state. Whenever I'm feeling low average, immediately I'm in awareness. What Roshan meant for me was that just being in awareness when you're talking to people. You see, when you're talking to people or whatever you are in, okay, yeah, thank you. So, and especially today, I just wanted to connect this. When people send me the messages today, lots of my friends and family people about Eid Mubarak. So this time I wrote to them, thank you. Eid Mubarak to you and all.
Is overloading. I know you want to save time, but.
Okay, Eid Mubarak to you and all at home. We prayed for you all during this month and spiritual month of Ramadan for healthy, happy and peaceful life. Wishing you success in all your endeavors. This is what I replied. And most of the people thank. This is what is happening. Actually, I think keeping all people in our prayers, that's more important. Ramadan and Eid for me is, Eid is happiness. So that happiness is always, we don't have to wait for the Eid. Eid only reminds us, it brushes up, okay, come on, back up, for the next coming year. So for me, everything is awareness, living moment to moment to moment. The moment I leave this moment, I think it reminds me of some sadness or something. But the moment brings me, it's like satsang, what we call in India. Now what's happening with you people is our satsang. Am I correct? You're getting it? Because we are all talking about affirmations, joyfulness. So this is where I come from. And for me, whenever I meet a person or somebody, my family or friends, I don't know, somehow I get, but what mood he is in? What state is he in? So with my just getting along with him and getting him back to the good state, that helps me. I feel good. It's a good feel-good factor for me. This is what I do. And this pain bodybuilding, which led me to understand the health of the human body, how it is operating. By the way, everybody, I just tell you, there is a wonderful series on on the TV, Netflix, Human Body. Please look into that, Human Body. It's an amazing 4 series. And they have done such a beautiful animation about the brain. People say brain is only 5% we are using or 10%. No, I don't know what context they talk. Actually, we are using the brain. Brain is using itself 100%. The neurons and all, how it works. And now the scientists have come out that heart also is a brain. It has got 40,000 neurons. And how the brain and heart connect. Sometimes we say, well, I think from heart. Yes. And when heart and brain comes together, I think it's an amazing thing you can take a decision on. And when you are like this, I think people around you also become in good state. That is what we want. And whenever want to get some work done, people, in the offices and all, some chairman, or they will call me up. So I'm going for this work and this is what is happening. So what would you advise? I just tell them some simple suggestion. Think about it, that your work is already done and you are walking out of the office. Your attitude changes. But when you're going with a question mark, whether it will be done or not done, there are 50-50 chances then, or maybe 40-60, or maybe 30-70.
Shabir bhai, I would like to retract you and bring it back onto the question where you need to reflect.
Yes.
What is the essence for you as Eid for you means for you?
Yeah, this is the essence, that whomever I come in contact with, I have to raise a state. That's it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your views
and
your perspective about it.
Things. Thank you.
Wonderful. And I have some contradictory thoughts about what you said about the mind. We are using it. maybe this is not the time to reflect upon, because we would be redirecting it to the body and health, completely a different notion. So we'll come back. Maybe we can talk about it personally or on some other session.
Yes, sure.
So yeah. So who are the other people who are there on the session? Like Vanusha, Pooja, Rachit, Prakash. Are you there? Are you people there?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Rachit bhai, what's your perspective about a festival or Eid in your life in terms of your personal growth?
As such, there are many festivals, so I don't pick up any festival in particular. So basically, festivals is just to reset it, like just to come back to, what you say. You're resetting your entire momentum. Just calming yourself down, understanding yourself more, talking to people, socializing, and just releasing the stress, basically releasing the stress which you don't share. So it is time to share. And once you share the blissful feelings around you, you automatically come to understand that, yes, there is something called life which exists in the chaos of the mind. So festivals is just a reminder, socialize, share, chill, and get going again to reclaim the momentum. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Rachit bhai. It was the same, and you were reflecting on your own perspective. How about Pooja, Vanusha, Prakash? Why the cameras are getting switched off? You switch on and switch off. Why don't you come out of the camera and share your morning beautiful faces, so that the morning is for Rochelle and the evening is for us? Yeah, Vanusha, you're muted. I think you are walking.
Yes, I'm actually traveling. I'll just come back in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5
Okay.
minutes, yeah.
Okay. How about Pooja? Pooja, are you there? Prakash? I think they're not there on the camera or even in the background. How about Sachin? Are you there? Okay, so as people, I couldn't see or I couldn't hear them back. In my perspective, as you all said, it's the same thing. Like whenever there is a festival or an Eid or anything that comes up, which is getting towards reflecting on the self, reflecting on social part, reflecting on how you can connect to people, you can wish. You would be so busy on the day-to-day routine that you miss to socialize most of the times. When things are happening spiritually, you may not connect most of the times, but this is the time where you just reflect on your own self, what you can do and how you can give back and how you can connect to the source of the creation itself. Taking a space where you take a break and connect your energies to the source itself. The other point I feel is the contribution. What is the contribution? You can give it back, whatever you could. So these are the few aspects which I think about whenever these kind of things come up, to pause and reflect and have fun. And this is the time you can connect with the friends. This is the time you can connect with the family. This is the time you can celebrate. And celebration is one of the ways to make an impact and have the memories all for life. So yeah, Prakash has come back. So what is the perspective for you when it comes to the terms of festivals or cultural programs or Eid, something like that?
Yeah, all of them shared their own perspectives, and majority of them almost we can relate to. And what you added also is icing on the cake. Like for me, festival is the time to connect with the ones with whom we are not in regular touch with. At least we remember them, we remind them that we are there for you, and we wish all joy and happiness in their lives, wherever they are, whatever they are with, like That's a time to connect with. It happens very rarely. But coming together, I mean, this is also one of the things. Wherever they are, those are the occasions where people take out all their responsibilities, the regular routines, and so on. Take time out for their own members or their own friends or families and come together. And I see wherever that the festival gathering is there, majority of the time, that could be the time that we find people in their very good state. Because we are social animals, and if we observe, we'll be able to understand that we hardly see anyone in pain at that point of time. Everybody is happy to see others, meet others, greet others, and share some cozy information, so on. I feel it is required to re-energize ourselves from the routine. And maybe things have been arranged in such a way that man needs a bit of break from hectic schedules to get rid of this stress. That's why we have it. That could be the way of the universe. That's what I see, and I handle it that way only.
Yes, as you truly said, in that perspective. So we have so many things to look at and so many perspectives to look at. I would like to ask a simple question to all the people on this call. Every event, every occasion, every celebration, every festival in every religion has got a history and has got a story. How many of you think from that perspective? How many of you think from the perspective of what is the story behind or what is the history behind it? What is the lesson behind that story or history behind whatever has happened in the past? And how I can use that, the learnings or the teachings from that story or the history in that past. How many think from that perspective? Yes or no? Only one? Two? Prakash says yes. I mean, you think from that perspective or you don't think from that perspective? Raki says no. Prakash, Rachit says no. Okay, so my simple question for you all is, why not think from the perspective where there is a story behind every event? So what is the take from that story we can take from? So it's a question to all the people on the group. So what is the story for the Eid? If I have to ask for Shabir or Galal, because they could be much better people to answer. So what is the story or an essence of this festival? Can you brief me in 3 lines?
If I have to term it in coaching language, we might be in with for our defining moments. Because you termed events too, we could be in for our defining moments too. Shabir bhai, take it on.
For me, for Ramzan, we do prayers. Main Ramzan is focused on prayers and fasting, right? So, and then the Eid comes. So these 3 things teach us. Again, awareness, not eating the food, staying hungry. The awareness comes, what is the importance of food, right? People, and thirst, and praying for people. And coming to the Eid, again, it's a happiness. So for me, after celebrating this Eid is again, the second meaning is happiness. So why not be happy all the time? Celebrate Eid every day. That's the way it is. Taking away, but that 1 month, it really brings, because, 11 months, we are not bothered about the food and what is thirst, what is hunger. But this 1 month, it really makes you feel that, yes, what God has given us is really important. We have to respect the water, the food and everything. And especially in our community now, when we are having food, not even single piece of rice has to be left out. has to be taken, has to be consumed when we are eating. Don't take extra food. You know, this all awareness comes to us. The importance of food and water. That is what is the importance for me.
I think I was muted, so I'm back. So thank you so much, Shabir Bhai, as we could discuss the essence of what the festivals means to be. So we are coming to the fag end of the session. So let's take from, what does it take from the session? Let's start with Galal. Yeah, Rochelle, you have something to share?
You just said, what did we take from the session? So I'm just going to say, it's time to pause and reflect. And I don't need a holiday to do it.
In fact, as you rightly said, this might be belittled in the routine and the power of doing, and working. It's always best to stop, pause, and reflect, and to know what is unnecessary so that we can throw and we can only work on what is necessary. Because in the momentum, we pick up so much more than what is needed and we just drift away. So as you rightly said, taking a pause, taking for a moment, reflecting it and looking back and working on only what is necessary and throwing what is not, because we have time is limited in our lifetimes. Thank you. Yeah, let's start from what is the take from this session from Galal.
As I mentioned before, my mother really had, I thank God every day. She used to tell me, I have 20 commandments. Most of them are what I learned from my mother as well as from life. I had this in all the rooms of my agency. She would tell me every time before going to bed, Galal, ask yourself what you've done to make somebody happy. And she'd tell me, you know, two men looked from prison bars. One saw mud, the other stars. She'd tell me, I am only one, but I am one. I can't do everything, but I can do something. In my 20 commandments, number 3 is one I use most. No excuses, because just as in India, I understand IST stands for India Stretchable Time. We foreigners call Egypt land of IBM. I means inshallah, which means God willing. B, bukra, which means tomorrow. And M, malish, which means never mind. So we created a culture in our company, no excuses. I'll come 1 hour early and I won't come 360 seconds late. So think positive is one of them. Arfin said, think positive is bullshit. So act positive. So I'm changing that to, because he even told us everything starts here in our brains. So how can I act positive before thinking positive? So I've changed it to think positive, act positive.
Wonderful. Thank you, Galal, for that. How about you, Rochelle? It's your turn. Yeah, you're finished? Or you have some?
I told you before, so I'm okay.
Thank you. Rakhi.
For me, give meaning to the thing the way you want to look at it. Like the way I see Eid, in that way I see people celebrating Eid in their way. So give meaning to it and you will see the world the way you would like to see it.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Rakhi. Shabir Bhai.
हिंदी में बोलो थोड़ा सा. दिन में 2 जनों के फेस के ऊपर खुशी लेके आया, हंसी लेके आया. That's enough for me.
Wow. I just want to translate what Shabir has said because Rochelle cannot understand it. What are you trying to say is, if he could get to see the smile on 2 people's faces every single day and making it happen, that's enough for him for this lifetime. Thank you. Pooja, are you there? Sachin, what's your take from this session?
my take is like I want to be a kind person. I can spread kindness. That is what my baseline is also. And I feel alive every moment. Like every day I wake up and I feel like let me make a difference in someone's life every morning. Same way like Shabir Bhai told that making a smile to two people in my way is making a difference. That many people are going through struggles nowadays, nowadays, like lots of struggles. And when we make a difference, it makes a huge impact on my life. So this is a huge celebration for me as well. When I make a difference, I celebrate that thing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Pooja, are you there? Pooja, are you there?
Just traveling, so she may be not.
Okay. So for me, the take us pause and reflect. Pause and see what is not necessary so that you can work on what is necessary. Pause and contribute. Pause and think on what you can do positively in between the 6 inches of your ears. Pause and connect with people. Pause and connect with friends. Pause from your daily routine of your life and reflect on your health and your spirituality. If you have more to add and if you have something to remove from your aspects of life, and this is the time to take a pause and reflect. Thank you so much. It was a wonderful evening, great Saturday. You being here every Saturday, adding value to each other's life makes most of the impact. And this is how we grow, we connect, we share, we learn, and we hold each other.
Thank you.
Have
Thank
a
you so
great
much.
day. Good weekend,
Same here.
everybody.
Same here.
Bye-bye.
See you next week, same time, same day.
Galal, I just wanted to tell you the walk on the river Nile was beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful river Nile we have got in Cairo.
Thank you. See you next week. See you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, Shabir. Yeah, bye.